Sort this camera out just now. That's us recording now. Yeah, we're all going, all set. So we do some outtake reels then.
Good stuff.
How should we do outtakes, guys? What do you think? I'll just get this all adjusted just now. Yeah, we're slowly but surely going. As far as I know. Yeah, we'll go in, the cameras are on.
Alright,
yeah. I better make sure I've got all, I better take my jacket off as well. It's quite warm in here.
Aye.
Yeah. Nice and cosy in this room, eh?
Aye. I don't expect it from one of these old buildings. They're usually insulation's usually crap and they're freezing.
Yeah.
I've almost seen the tent here. That's nice. Where are you? Get in back on, mate, would you? Get in back on. Wait, what, is it not area? Or
We're doing some we're doing some outtakes, guys, eh?
Oh. Hope we got that. Yeah, we'll get it back on.
Just checking if you guys are all in picture.
Cool. How's it looking from your perspective?
It's looking good to me, I think, yeah, so it's all perfect.
Cool.
I think the cameras are on, so that's the main thing.
Brilliant.
Make sure all the lighting, make sure everything's all good lighting and stuff. Right, I think we're ready to go then. Let's do it, man. Shades are on. Let's do our checks. So let's do our checks. So hats are off, hair's down, lights are on, cameras are in. I think. Yeah, sheets are on. Stand shot on today. I think everyone's in the shot. Let me just check again, that's it. I think something just moved in the camera again, moved away just to make. Yeah, sorry, I think this is the view just slightly more now. Is it? Aye.
Is that all good? Oh.
I think so. It seems that if this tripod's a bit funny sometimes, I feel like it just keeps itself moving. Yeah, no, it's all good. I've got everything's all. Phone and the tripod is all locked in as well. I need to do my tripod checks as well. I feel like that's another option. Another step. So yeah, I think everything's gone. Lights are on, cameras are on, hats are off, hair's down, shades are on.
That's it, right? Shades are on.
Yeah. Everybody's in the house tonight. Or in the day. Yeah, I think that's us ready to get ourselves on the podcast now, guys.
Let's do it.
Let's do the outtakes everything normally we do. We do our crap, we normally start our crap. So 3, 2, 1. Welcome to That's All Paid Down podcast. Let's do another one.
Right.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to That's All Paid Down podcast. Episode 72, I think. Is it 72?
72.
We're joined hell yeah. So we're joined by the one and only Hazel Terrace. Is that how they pronounce the name? We're not picturing that.
Just to make sure it's one and only.
The one and only Hazel Terrace. As the Anchor Wayne says as well.
Won't be anymore.
Yeah. Oh, Anchor Wayne says the one and only Anchor Wayne as well. You know, the one and only Anchor Wayne. So
we've still got something.
That's not.
Oh, right, well, man, that shows now.
There's not any like multiple band names out there or that.
I thought we had a good check, and I mean that's why I chose a pretty obscure name because.
Yeah.
If there's ever a Hazel Terrace out there, I'd be quite surprised. We'd have to have a Hazel Terrace.
We'll have a Hazel Terrace out there as a street review park.
Unless you're getting us mixed up with like a door company or something.
There's a Hazel Terrace out there somewhere, Rock of Flats. Or
in Edinburgh?
Or in Scotland, UK.
It's a street. Or it's a street where I'm from. That's
this was the name came from because in the beginning, like it was so annoying trying to pick a name. We had all these different ideas, and I kept coming to Jamie with these ideas, and he's like, "No, that's terrible. This is terrible." And I'm like, "All right, we'll keep looking." And he comes up with the idea. Do you know what? there's a street round the corner for me called Hazel Terrace.
Yeah, because that's where Linkin Park got their name, so that's where I came up with that.
Parkway Drive as well.
Parkway Drive, yeah, there's
A lot of them, we had some really good ideas.
We did.
We were just taken. Like, I was really into the idea of calling ourselves like Southpaw, but then there was a band from America, pop punk, really good. I couldn't use that.
And mind you really want to call a band Pandora's Box. That's the one we had.
Oh, that sounds like weirdly like sexual. That sounds like a porn show.
That used to run these different idea names, man. I used to bounce it back and forth between you and me. Always says if we start a wee project called Pandora's Box one day.
That's just not suffocation of the soul.
That's what we had. That was our name. We did a battle of the bands, just us two on acoustic guitars. We put Harriet Watt and battle of the bands, and we were like, oh, we need a name, and we're like, we don't have a name, we're just us two, you know. And then I was like, right, let's look through all our favourite band songs, and we'll just pick a name. And I was like, listen to Ruben, great band, and then saw them their song Suffocation of the Soul. And, well, that'd be really funny because it makes us sound like we're a dead like metal band, and we come on stage with our acoustic guitars.
Hell yeah. So it's like kind of metal in the background.
As a bit of a contrast.
Hazel Terrace.
Hazel Terrace.
I think we were talking about, well, we were saying something off camera earlier. We were talking about Bank of Devil and off camera.
That'd be like a metal sounding name, which is be reference to Michael Devlin, who kindly enough did session drumming for us.
He's been on this podcast.
He hasn't been on this podcast. Great drummer.
Quite a while back now.
That was that's when he was drumming us. When was it? He was on the podcast, sorry?
I think it was sometime early this year. I think it might have been like April or something.
So around at the same time we probably had
it's actually we played the gig in the end of May.
It was really good to have someone like Michael coming through, because we had problems with our drummer at the time, just couldn't do the band anymore. So to be able to have somebody like Michael, we were really surprised with how good he was, man. And
picked up lots of songs in pretty much 2 weeks. 2 weeks,
crazy. First practice went down really well. He's really efficient, man.
Was he drumming in your band then?
No, he
was band.
It was just for that one guy, but we've got a new drummer, William, who's picked up the songs pretty much in about a month prior to our first gig, and we're really impressed with that.
He didn't have a kit at all at this time, so he's literally practicing on his pedals, man. And he's also in a great band, Count the Days, who just did their first gig last night in Aberdeen.
That's brilliant.
His first gig was with Aberdeen.
It was,
Aberdeen.
But it was really good getting another person that's into heavier music perspective in the band, because I feel like he shaped our sound quite a lot as well. So it's good to have a solidified 4 members that have the same kind of taste in music. We get different kind of inputs as well.
That was the thing with William, because when we brought William into the band, we didn't really know him. You just you found him on TikTok, didn't you? Because he played with Div.
I've seen him on Div's Instagram, and then he started popping up on my TikTok, so it was like, right, because I wasn't meaning for him to be like a permanent member. It was just so we could record our first single, Revelation, and then I was like, we've got a gig offered in Aberdeen, try to play it. And then he learned other songs and he played other gigs.
So we were so surprised, because at the time we were like, oh, we miss out a lot of songs because he won't be able to learn them in time, but nope, just exceeded the expectations, man, and got everything down. And we couldn't have been happier, man, and that's probably one of the best gigs we've played. So, you know what, we're thankful to have William in the band, and it's been a good opportunity for him as well, and us. So there's no complaints there. So it's just good to have a solidified lineup at this point, just after like the hassle.
It took us 3 years, it took us 3 years to get it done, but
it's the current lineup now then.
Hopefully that'll be.
That's it. That's unless maybe I don't know, Jamie goes to leave to join Object Dash.
That's a medical band.
Who knows? Maybe I'll start a solo K-pop career or something.
S-pop, Scotland pop,
V-pop,
E-pop as well. English pop.
The East Coast Bride pop or
K-pop,
K-pop. Big with the heads, man.
Lots of genres of every section have their own genre. Pop. I would actually properly read up.
The good thing about when we brought William in as well was like we didn't know him at all, and then he just sort of perfectly fit in sound-wise. Like, we were speaking to the band about him, about the bands he liked, and we started Bayside and everything. He's all I love Bayside, and he just kind of sort of slotted into that, which made it so much easier. Like, so like when we're bouncing ideas, he's getting what we mean, and like I said, I know you've like found with him that he just understands, like when you're like, oh, could you do this for us here and this bit, and then it just comes out and
the way we communicate is I've actually told him to go, no William, don't do go and he just knows it. Sometimes you just make noises and he can just do it. Like, he's one of the drummers that he's just so efficient, man. Like, he knows what direction that you're wanting to go in, just feel like the most simplest things, and I feel like that's hard to find in a lot of drummers. We played with a lot of drummers certainly, and it's just been a good experience to have
26 of them.
Probably, man. It's been terrible. But Hazel Terrace, like, the way we started was me and Jamie met through a mutual friend, and it was kind of through Instagram because we had that common ground day.
So I started off playing drums, and I started writing songs and guitars because I started playing guitar in lockdown because I couldn't play drums anymore because it was too loud. Everyone wanted to go, and so I started writing my own songs and guitar because I started really enjoying that. And then I was like, well, I was still a drummer at heart at that point, so I was like, well, I want someone to sing and play guitar for my songs. So I always kind of knew about Charlie through my mate Sam from Livingston, so just started messaging him, asking him if we could meet up.
That was
learn the tunes.
You brought 2 songs to me, and it was Suzanne and Sick and Twisted, which Jamie had written up, and Jamie came to my house one day and we finished off Sick and Twisted, and through there we knew we had something good because I had played in bands prior to that, like me and my friend Stephen Mooney, who is in Mystic Heights and Lily Grace, the String Merchants, great bands if you want to check them out. But
give a shout out to them as well.
We shout out to them.
Shout out to Michael Devlin as well.
Shout out to Michael Devlin, man.
So we need to give that shout out also.
Definitely, man. But when we had our first jam, it was like it came together instantly. I played with a lot of guitar players, and it always took time. We never really understood each other. But with me and Jamie, like, I felt like it was the first time that I was on the same wavelength as another player.
It's never really had my like riffs kind of complementing Charlie's rhythm or Charlie's riffs complementing my rhythm like that before, so it just kind of really worked out.
And that's it. And at the time we got in contact with some boys, Cole Cummins and Nathan Christie, which was the original lineup at Hazel Terrace, and we had our first set of practices and it went great. And at the time I'd never really been in any like good bands or gigging bands. I actually joined some other bands, Human Renegades, which you should go check out at the same time.
Shout out to those guys.
I shout out to Human Renegades. We're playing.
We'll get them on as well.
We're playing on Friday, the 25th, in audio. If you want to come see us.
It's all right. It might happen already, but
we all just kind of separated from the original lineup. Just kind of separated into their own bands. Nathan's plays bass and Cole Connie plays drums and mixed signals. Cole plays. I'm not sure what he plays, but he's in the Brascos.
He's in the Brascos, that's right. So they're doing well for themselves.
Definitely.
They're going good in the Glasgow scene. Like, we've played a lot of gigs around Glasgow, and it's been nice in the past few months to venture out and play like other cities such as Edinburgh here. We've done Barnum's, we've done Barnum's, we've done Aberdeen, Tunnels, which was great. And
that was my favourite gig.
Tunnels was amazing, man. And big thank you to the Gaslight Project and the Concept, the good friends. John Norrie, man. John. He's a great guitar player. He's in both of the bands.
Well, he invited us to play those gigs. I mean, I've known John because like the Concept are a band from Fraserville where I'm from. And so I've known the Concept like some of them since I was like 10, 11 years old. Met John when I was like 14, and he was just like playing about with a bunch of musicians. We didn't really have a band at the time. We used to jam. Like, we were in high school together. He's a couple of years older, but we'd like sit down in the music rooms and jam at lunchtime. And then sort of like kind of lost contact with him a bit. But we was playing our first gig back in February. Like, I looked on the bill and I saw the Concept were on, and I knew he was their guitar player. I messaged John like, what's the odds of that? Our first ever gig, and I'm playing with like one of our mates. The Concept's like, I'm not a big like indie post-punk fan, but the Concept are so good. John's such like a unique.
I think they're one of the best bands in Scotland, man. Like every time we've seen them, Owen's vocals, man, just complements like the lead and the rhythm sections that John will put down in a song. It's incredible, and you know, it's always a pleasure playing with they guys, and we're hoping to again soon. So you'll probably see us in some more lineups for the concert.
I hope so. I really hope so. I really want to play with them. Good guys. And I love seeing them live. I love seeing them.
That's it, man.
We have to try and get a gig with them up in Fraser.
That's it.
Get the
The
ballad.
ballad. That's like the main music venue in Fraser. I remember we've had a few nights in there. I was up staying, and you know, it was.
I don't even think I've been to Fraser, man. To get a wee gig.
It was a funny story. After the Aberdeen gig, like William came up to Fraser and we stayed the night at yours, and William never tried vodka, man. We got him tan in the bottle, and we were just lying on the floor, and
The two of them, we're just like Charlie and William was like passed out on the floor and pissed, and I'm just sitting there like, I've sobered up at this point, and I'm like sitting there babysitting, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, and they're like, well, let's go for a walk. And I'm like, no! And they're like, oh no, we'll go for a walk ourselves. It'll be fine. Like, I'm not having two Glaswegians walk about.
no, so I was like, no, I've been up here before, I kind of know the area. Like, no, there's wee bands at dinner, you don't want to get out, and it was like a Friday night, and do you know, it was funny, it's
So
just
you're like, well, we'll go down the beach. I'm like, well, don't go down the beach. I'm like, all the bands will be out down the beach.
you chucked into the water, man.
I was in the bus at that point, man.
You and Josh, you were on the bus back.
But that gig was great, and you know, our next gig, which is on the 3rd of November, the Tim London Free, set up by our good friends at Underneath. Shout out to them. Robbie Theatre. You should come to that if you can. It's the Record Factory. We've got some great bands like
It's such a style.
Downpour, Oscura, Volca, Livid,
Rootface. Two-headed. Oh, Rootface on Rootface on really
We
good.
make Mammoths as well.
We make Mammoths.
Oh, yeah.
Two-headed cat.
So you got some metal as well.
Aye, definitely.
Aye,
Do you know some of the bands?
David Mammoth.
Aye. So they're doing that
They're
now.
proper though.
We're really looking forward to it, but because
It'll be amazing. It'll be a great day. We're on at half three.
So come see us.
I recommend Downpour as well.
Downpour, great. I played with
Face up there.
Witchface is very mentioned. Witchface is another band that had on this podcast.
Oh, right, I didn't
That's
know
good.
that.
That's good. I didn't know that.
Woodface are great. That EP you just released.
It's a really cool. They have like a really cool modern kind of grungy sound.
Yeah, they do.
I suppose it'd be
They're
kind
not
of
playing
delving
it
into
for a
that.
while, actually, yeah.
We go into kind of the grungy side. Like most of my early influences, getting into guitar, like Nirvana. Like that's the reason that I picked up the guitar in the first place, and a lot of my influence as well comes from weirdly like Michael Jackson as well, and it goes all the way through.
Michael Jackson.
I do, man. It goes all the way through to stuff like Ruben, the post-hardcore scene, to even like Men at Work, then stuff to Men at Work guys. Like I take a lot of influence from them weirdly, and through that kind of like 80s scene, and you know, it's like we have our own kind of influences. We listen to different music, but we all have the common ground, what we like, and I think because of those outside external influences and what we like, it comes together so well. It does.
It's like, we all have that common ground, like bands like Ruben, and then like Five Star, Bayside, Billy Talent, Biffy Clyro.
That's the reason I started playing guitar, man. Just Ian Sag riffs and Billy Talent are just unreal. If you've not listened to Billy Talent, I would recommend
They're
them.
a great band, man. And
No, I picked up bass to Nirvana myself.
I'd say the Revelation, it's a lot of, well, I get a wee bit of influence from Green Day in that song.
I can see that. And there's a bit of grungy influence in the verse.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the closest genre that we can compare ourselves to is either grunge or post-hardcore. But the songs that are coming out, I'd say they're more grungy, to be honest.
They are grungy, but they delve into some emo stuff as well. And we're going in more a direction where we're getting melodic but heavier. We'll definitely get heavy on a lot of songs.
That'd be cool to get heavy.
Oh, definitely, because when I first started the band, I was like, oh, what if I make rock punk songs? Then we wrote a few of them, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling it.
No.
Started getting a bit heavier, got into loads of heavier bands like Trivium and loads of hardcore, like Guilt Trip, Power Trip, loads of bands like that. And I'm like, no, I want to get a wee bit heavier with this.
Power Trip is another cool band as well, thrash band from the United States as well. I've seen them probably.
Who's that?
Power Trip.
Power Trip, well, they're supporting Pantera in February, I believe.
I've seen Pantera at Download. They're the fucking best band I've ever seen, man. I know I say this a lot. This is
every band's the best band I've ever seen, man.
I see a lot of good bands. And I try and get to his gigs as much as I can, and recently there's a really good band coming out there now called Kingston from Glasgow, and my friend
Kingston, did you say
Kingston.
Kingston. Give a shout to those guys.
Shout out to Kingston. They done their first gig at the Bungalow and they sold it out, man. And honestly, they've got a really unique sound. Aidan, the drummer, was in the band before. Albums, yeah, it's like they were great as well. And you know, that's like a good Blantyre band, and there's other good bands coming out of my hometown, Blantyre.
There's a lot of good bands.
Like the Krails.
I love the Krails, man.
The Krails are great, man.
So good to see live, man. The Krails are great.
Recommend them.
Yeah, definitely.
Logan Gibson, a guy I've known for most of my life, great guy, great drummer, he does it all, he's also...
I've seen the Krails a couple of times, man, they're just so fried, and recently when I seen them at stereo, they just bring out this guy with a saxophone, I'm like, holy shit, this is so cool, man, it's so cool.
I feel like in the past few years, the Glasgow scene has got a lot better from what it was pre-lockdown, pre-COVID, because...
it was starting to.
It was picking up,
A little bit, but I can't speak because I was quite young.
Same here, I would have only been 15, so it's...
But 2021 is when I started getting into bands.
It's definitely picked up in my opinion as well. I noticed a lot of bands coming back and getting more.
Well, I first got into it when it was Dead Pony, I think when they released their song Sharp Tongues. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know you could find music in Glasgow like this. And then through them you started going to gigs, and then I'm pretty sure the first like local band I've seen was like the Wee Reprobates.
Was it?
Probably.
Is that the wee band, man?
It might have been, man.
Because
it was the Wee Reprobates, San Jose, and Runaway Models.
That might have been the first kind of local one I'd been to as well. I think at the same time we kind of get introduced to that scene like together, you know what I mean? It was really through Jamie, through these bands, you know, Wee Reprobates, they were great, and shout out to David Walls, Wee Div, who was fronting Count the Days, which we mentioned earlier, so shout out to them again, and you know, we've had a lot of good...
Such a stacked line-up last night, man. Shout out to Redshift events, man.
Redshift, Aaron,
St. Gareth, Stride, Vigilante,
looking amazing.
Pink Limit were on the bill as well.
They unfortunately had to pull out, but big shout out to Pink Limit, man, great band, and you know... Like,
that's a band I think we take a lot of influence from as well.
Definitely.
Locally,
I'd say, like, Vigilante as well, we try and take influences from Pink Limit all the way through to Fog Bandits, so... which they're quite close knit together. Nico, who is the bass player in Vigilante, is also in Fog Bandits.
He's in every band.
He's in every band. It's like John Norrie, man. Like, it's like the John,
John Norrie. He's in so many bands.
See, Nico, he just is John Norrie of Glasgow, man. Like, that's kind of stupid.
Have we got favourite bands in Scotland then? Have we got favourite top three?
Favourite metal band or favourite band in general?
I thought it was a big favourite metal band from Scotland, like The Almighty, because I know Andy.
The Almighty.
Andy,
classic one there.
Yeah, Andy, who is the guitar player in Almighty, he actually runs like the local studio in Blantyre. He's a great guy, he's done that for years, and you know, Ricky Warwick is in Almighty as well, who's also the frontman for Lizzie, so it's been great to have that connection to Andy, because he's done a lot for the youth of Blantyre, setting up guitar lessons, getting stuff done with the community, and it's good to see somebody like that.
You used to have your Blood Moon practice.
Yeah, Blood Moon, my old band, shout out.
Well, we've had practices in, I think we used
Gargle
Tell me one year.
You never took me there. You took me to Gargle Blast.
I'll tell you the rug story.
The rug. So there's a studio in Hamilton called Gargle Blast.
Gargle Blast, that's probably a brief from my friend, I'll probably have rest in the day.
I probably had at some point. It's this wee little studio in
the Hamilton West, just out in nowhere, like
Snoop Dogg's favourite studio.
Oh, that's
But he took me there one time. I was coming through. By this time last year, I was going through the Blantyre. I was like, let's go to a studio. We'll just like jam about for it.
Yeah.
So we went there and we brought a bottle of vodka in with us.
Blood Glens, man.
Smart up. I would never stoop to Glens. I'm not like you. But
it's just
ethanol and going.
But and I accidentally spilled it, and I'm like, oh no, I spilled the glass. And Charlie's like, what do we do? I have to find a towel. And then I turn around and go, no, I've took my t-shirt off. That is so cool. He's trying to soak up the t-shirt. He's away to me, and I say, stop. The rug. And he goes, what the hell are you on about? I'm like, move the rug. There's this big circular rug on the floor, so we just covered up the stain with the rug.
The last stroke of heavy metal genius, and I was pumped with that one. Because that's your name.
I mean, that's the thing, it's like my username, like Heavy Metal Laura, that's what I am on all social media, but I don't even really listen to metal anymore. I used to be really into metal, like back in like 2020, I'd be like System of a Down, Slipknot, and Linkin Park all day long, and now it's like, I don't know, I have a really broad taste in music, especially like local bands, like I'm going to see like Disposable. I love Disposable. Ollie Waddell, and he's like one of the best musicians in the scene.
He's that big guy on as well.
Yes, that guy. Their music video and their tunes are just amazing.
Ollie Waddell stuff.
He's such a very musician.
His collab with Brassos.
We love Brasser, another great band that fucking love Brasser.
Shout out to those guys as well.
Shout out to Brasser, man. Post-hardcore Paul, man. That's how we got Paul Mills.
One of my favourites in the scene, man. I don't know.
Shout out to New Shapes as well.
The New Shape?
I've heard the name New Shapes are great, actually. Fucking
we get them on as
well.
So the next shout outs will hit them up in the podcast. That's the whole point.
You know, we kind of started it, I don't know about Jamie, but at least me and you, like we had a lot of kind of metal influences, and you know, we still love metal, but we've ventured further away from it, I'd say, and our own taste, and we're finding the music we're making.
The other band we used to love, we met each other actually back in 2020 on Instagram. I still lived up north, and you lived down in Glasgow. We met each other through the band Silverchair, like the grunge band. Well, not really a grunge band from Australia, grunge is from Seattle, but we met through them and we connected, and I was like, oh my god, there's another like person who likes like rock music in Scotland. Like it was such a weird concept to me that, because like in Fraser Valley there was no one who liked the same music as me, and so like
it was the same as like with me. I mean, at the time, like I absolutely love Silverchair, man, and I still do. They've shaped how I am musically, and
you even played PRS.
It's a lot more common nowadays, because I kind of just grew up getting called a mad goth, but then it's the same people who call me a goth that are heavy into it now. I know. So it's just kind of like
I remember like especially like I got called like I was like when I got into Nirvana and Soundgarden and getting called like this mad goth for it. And then like Post Malone did that Nirvana covers thing in COVID, and then suddenly everyone's listening to it, and then Batman came out and suddenly everyone's listening to Nirvana again. I know Nirvana are already huge, like no one's like denying Nirvana have always been huge.
You could ask anybody who Nirvana is and they would have known, you know what I mean, but it's like in recent years, especially with TikTok, and I think that a lot of
Deftones were one of your big
Deftones.
Like I remember speaking about Deftones in like 2018, and like there was like one guy I knew who listened to Deftones.
That was it.
It was me and some guy called Daniel from my hometown. And then suddenly like all my pals were listening to Deftones a few years later. I'm like, where did this come from? Deftones were like weird music that only like
it's quite ambient kind of.
Yeah, it's very ambient metally, kind of just very more melodic, and you know they're great. And
I like the Deftones.
Another band that like you know take a lot of influence from them that we love is Ruben, and they take a lot of influence from Silverchair as well.
Ruben are a big one for us. Like I remember I got into like Fight Star and Ruben and Biffy Clyro, and I could like showing Charlie all this music, and that's like that really like strengthened our friendship.
You honestly do shape my music taste. I mean,
but that's how you also got in Jamie.
I know, because if you bands, you know, so especially Fight Star, they're my favourite band.
Sugar Horse, the band called Sugar Horse, they like kind of like stunted by Grundy kind of vibe.
Really?
Yeah, you should check them out.
Where are they from?
Bristol.
Oh, nice.
I've seen them on a few maps around.
They're quite Grundy. I mean, I had the Metallica t-shirt on. I should have brought it with me today, but I got Metallica shirt on, but not the Sugar Horse one. The status quo shirt, the parody shirt, you know, brought out, you know. I had one of those. I mean, I brought it on the podcast, so shout out to the Sugar Horse boys as well. I want to try to hit them up. I definitely want to try and hit them up and get them on as well soon as well.
I've something to ask, man.
Yeah.
Is that as in the band Nothing Speaks?
Nothing Speaks, yeah, the band.
Oh yeah, we played with them actually. They were really fucking heavy.
They were crazy good, man. They were crazy good musicians.
It's another band we need to hit up as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was a good show, mate. That was a show where it was this guy, Andrus Dropa, was coming up. He's like a
guy from Devon, man.
He's from Devon. He's like this crazy guitar player, and he plays this. It's really cool. It's like just like 70s hard rock
Man,
stuff.
honestly, such a nice guy. He couldn't have made
Honestly,
that a pleasurable experience for
We
us.
played 2 gigs with Andrews and his band across 2 nights. McCool's in Glasgow and then Bannerman's here in Edinburgh. And they were absolutely the nicest guys we've ever played
Honestly,
with.
like,
without a
what's
doubt.
that point? Andras Dropper.
We just shout today.
Honestly, shout out
I
because
should have hit them up when they came in.
I know. Honestly, they've done a lot for us, man, and you know we'll always be thankful to Andras.
For having us on for them.
Exactly,
He's a
man.
nice guy. He's genuinely, like, his whole band were like lovely.
They were so lovely,
guys.
man, but lovely guys, and you know, always makes a difference if you go to a gig and the people you're playing with are just lovely. It just makes it.
really nice, yeah.
You can meet lots of people at gigs and that, and then talk about interest and podcasts and all that sort of thing.
That's it, man.
It also just helps, like, I don't know, it helps build this good sense of community when everyone's like being nice to each other, and you meet someone, like, I've been at gigs with my other pals who aren't in bands and stuff, and then they'll see me, like, we'll watch the show and then I'll disappear, and like, where's she gone? And I'll be like sitting there like chatting up the band and like, oh, your set was so good, and like, what are you doing? Like, I'm networking, you've got to get that in.
That's what I do as well, man. I'm just like,
connections.
I'll go to gigs, man. I'm just
When you
trying
see lots of people at gigs, that's what you do, and you kind of remember the place sort of thing, eh?
Yeah, it's just like I don't know, when I go to gigs, like half the reason I'm at a local gig is because I'm just trying to like be like, oh, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, I heard of you through my singer, and then they'll go, you know, oh right, you're in a band, and I'm like, yeah, we're called Hazel Terrace, you should check us out. And it's all that sneaky tactics.
That's
I'm giving the game away.
It's, you know, like with the band, we're going in a different direction now, and you know, we're happy that we're actually getting stuff done at this point because you know our single, first single, just released Revelation. Go stream that. We're at 7k listens now, so thank you so much to everyone that's listened and
Spotify listeners.
Yeah. Spotify, we're on all streaming platforms, so definitely check it out.
Check the other ones, to be honest.
No, we haven't.
I don't know anyone that doesn't use Spotify.
I know a few people listen to it on Amazon and Apple Music.
That's good, man.
There's a few of my pals listen to us on Apple Music and Amazon Music. My dad, of course, being my dad, he bought our single on iTunes. He actually went into iTunes and we paid 79p to own it.
That's like household put in the bank in the terrace, man.
It's like, alright, I was like, you can stream nowadays. He's like, I'll buy it on iTunes, but I don't know if we'll be selling it. I don't know how it works, but it was. So he got his copy on iTunes. I was like, right, fair enough, Dad.
I didn't even know that you.
Actually, like,
So to iTunes.
someone was like, oh, do you got any CDs of it? I'm like, no. I don't think we'll have a physical release.
Maybe one day we'd do a physical release, but
we get an EP out. It would be a few CDs.
It would be nice, man.
It's cheap enough to bundle some CDs. So I picked up a CD at a hardcore show. It was at Mosh Fest. It was a band that were doing Pay What You Can. They were called, I've completely blanked on their name now, but they're a Glasgow hardcore band and they were doing Pay What You Can.
Maybe it's
I spent 75 pence and they gave me a t-shirt and a CD. Go Down Fighting, they were called Go Down Fighting. I'm pretty sure.
Are they from Glasgow?
Yeah, they were really good actually. Mosh Fest had a really good had a lot of really good bands.
Got to hit those guys, got to hit some more bands up as well.
Definitely. Had the tour from
Sean Blackman.
Yeah.
What a great guy, man. He also did Black Flame Promotions, who were the people that set us up for the Aberdeen gig, and you know,
They do a lot of stuff.
The tour are great, man.
Black Flame do a lot of the.
Not Very Tomorrow album. I was thinking that the Very Tomorrow album's called Black Flame as well.
I've seen Barry Tomorrow. They were playing with August Burns Red. SWG3, that was a very good gig. I can't actually remember who else was playing at that. But they were quite good.
You can't tell Jamie's like the hardcore nut in the band, man. He loves his hardcore.
I like any type of music.
I'm the emo one these days.
Emo one. I'm a bit more the thrasher, kind of grungy guy, you know, like Chris Cornell.
Soundgarden was such like I still as much as I don't really listen to grunge as much anymore. I was sticking on especially sticking on Super and that album. It's just like it's hard like 4th of July. What a song!
That's my finger, man, and even across to like Temple of the Dog, man, like great stuff.
I never really got into Temple of the Dog.
Still pushing forward back, man. What a tune, man! I love that song.
I've never been into Pearl Jam either.
Neither. I like 10's a really good album.
That's the best album.
Like
Eva Pro and
stuff
like that, and you know, Eva Pro, Alive, and
Black, man.
Germany.
Jeremy. Do you know, as well as that band, like Alice in Chains, you know, another good band, like really facelift and Duck, man.
Yeah.
That is one of the like greatest albums.
Look them bonus, man. That's the opening track for that album.
And
that's
a
banging opener, man.
It's just open straight up into like that he does at the start.
That's a great album.
That's great, man. But
shout out to Alison James, get a
shout
shout
out.
Get your Jerry Cantrell on here.
We'll have it up eventually, hopefully.
Definitely.
I remember that when 666 episode and all that.
Yeah.
We should give an honourable shout out to Roadways as well and stuff like that.
Aye.
And for being some homies as well.
Get that one right after then Slipknot. Slipknot and Pearl Jam.
Get Pearl Jam.
Yeah, Pearl Jam.
Get Nirvana, I remember.
Aye, get that.
Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl getting on with his new way.
Oh, that'd be. Didn't say that. Like the first person interview after, man.
I have to see if they can all able to come. I'm hoping they'll able to come to Bridge End. I might have to go somewhere. I might have to go backstage to do these podcasts if I have to do the big names. You know, I might have to branch out a little bit. You know,
Just get the bus through, man.
My pal actually met Dave Grohl at the last Glasgow show.
What?
You don't know Kirsty because she didn't cut my birthday.
I
She was
know awful.
Yeah, you've heard. But she, her lads, his dad has done tour teching for Foo Fighters.
Oh wow.
So she got to like go backstage at the last show at Hamden.
Did she meet Dave Grohl?
And she met Dave Grohl.
Was it? What was?
She said it was pretty cool. I didn't get to speak to him much,
nice?
but like, shook his hand.
Was it nice enough, man?
Yeah. I mean, everyone says she's like lovely. I mean, it's like what Corey Taylor said. Because of course, like Loudwire, after like that whole thing with Dave Grohl cheating on his wife and that, of course Loudwire had to ask what Corey Taylor thinks.
It's just like this the metal thing, isn't it?
Yeah, what does Corey Taylor think of it?
But they had to ask Corey Taylor what they thought about Dave Grohl. That's what we need to know. What does Corey Taylor think about Hazel Terrace?
Do you know Slipknot?
Yeah, they
You're
think
waiting for a band to open up for you down one. Just play one fucking.
you think of all like these big bands who support local bands as well, you know, within the mainstream scene, you know, sort of metal scene, you know, you think like bands like Corey, like Slipknot will support the local scene as well. You know,
It's good seeing big touring bands coming picking up like
because
local
sometimes
bands to support them. I'm trying to think of examples now, but there's been quite a lot recently.
One of the cool ones was when like Dead Pony were just really about to hit it big, and Funeral for a Friend had them opening up.
That was great. Joe Funeral for a Friend, another great band that we love. And
yeah, I saw them,
yeah.
and they had it was Funeral for a Friend and what do you call him? Chris Caraba. I can't remember what his band's called, but they're like he's like an emo, an American emo singer. And they both had, like the opening act for that was Dead Pony. I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Soup went down to Newcastle and they supported The View. They've been on this podcast.
Yeah, Sight to Soup.
a great guy.
They're all that wild one,
There's another mental one I saw lately. I'm trying to think who it was. Like some like crazy. Like there's one like a guy I know, Harry Miles Watson here in Edinburgh. He's a great guy. He's like totally different, not metal at all. He's like he does like this acousticy, folky stuff, but he's also got like a trumpet player and a saxophone player in the band. And it's just this really mad style. Now he's opening for Skinny Lister in Edinburgh and Aberdeen and Glasgow. And
that's good.
So yeah, I love seeing it. I love seeing like these big touring acts, like even like the Eggs are still the biggest band in the world. They're from Aberdeen, and they had a band called Happy Days opening for them.
They're coming down in Pink Limit.
Also, the other that's amazing.
There's one like Neon Waltz and Lucas State, some other bands that have had Forgetting the Future opening for Forgetting the Future. I'm opening for some big
stuff. Band as well, man.
They're a band from Thursday's, like in the north as you can get, and they're just like they're amazing. Like they played Isle of Wight now. Like they're like
they've got to go to Ireland, man. And do you know what? It's good to see a band like that get out there and.
I think there do more bands and gigs up north as well, you know, like gigs out in the middle of nowhere, something like Glasgow and Stoneway or something like that.
Like the fucking Lewis and that, it's like up north there's like, you know, a lot of good like bands in Inverness as well, you know, which is kind of which is like that, and Aberdeen good for the hardcore, Below the Neck.
Yeah.
a band that Jamie loves, you know, we see them in the classic band, they were great, man.
I've got to hit them up as well.
Aye, definitely, man.
It's quite good.
Bitterwood's up in Aberdeen.
Bitterwood, yeah, Bitterwood.
Bitterwood, the guitar players up from Fraserburgh, so that's special.
They're a great band and they've just been on like a Southeast Asia tour.
Yeah, they did a tour, they played like all these punk shows in like Bangkok and like Kuala Lumpur and Singapore.
Yeah,
and like, what the hell? It's like these guys that like, come from like my neck of the woods playing like Thailand.
I've seen them a couple of times. I've seen them supporting Street Soldier with Negative Frame and No Relief, and that was a great gig. That was really good. Bitterwood are doing really good right now, especially in the Glasgow scene.
One of the crazy ones was Trauma Bonds, who are a great hardcore band from Dundee. They're sick, and they were opening for Sick of It All in Glasgow.
Wow,
what?
Oh, that's crazy.
That was nuts. I was like, Sick of It All. I was like, gutted to miss that one.
It's good to see bands like this in the country getting good exposure.
Just to give a wee shout out to Dread for Destiny as well. Yeah, those guys.
I haven't, man.
Oh,
shout out to them.
Dread. I might be butchering it, but Dread for Destiny are brilliant. What they do. Kind of
Glasgow hardcore's getting a place to be right now. So yeah,
prog rock. You know, they're really good. Like. Yeah, they kind of like for sort of like, you know, they're selling like a couple of shows I think in Edinburgh and
sick, man.
That's doing well.
Yeah, check them out. I'm not butchering, I might be butchering it, but they've been on this podcast I think. If you go back then for it was like last year I think, was it? I don't remember now because I've been doing this podcast for so long, like sort of come and go, you know, but they're a brilliant band, check them out as well.
I love checking them out. Scotland and Glasgow hardcore's kind of it's a bit of a hub for it right now, especially after West kind of kicked off, and they've got their bands like
Kakihara as well, Sweat Bomb.
Kakihara, I've seen them actually.
Sweat Bomb as well, Sweat On the other day.
Slept On, I don't know, Slept On, I've seen them on Daitan film.
They've been on as well, been on this pod as well quite recently.
Daitan
Films, the guy that does all the hardcore games.
Yeah,
he's been on Dave, the guy, he's in what's the band called? He's in Slow Move.
What's your band?
Slow Move, Slow Move.
What was that? He did like a lot of
Afterburn
and stuff as well, like you're just back there.
He's in Afterburn, isn't he? He's in Afterburn, that's another band he's in.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Shout out to those guys.
I've seen them in a lineup, I don't think I've seen them, but Edinburgh's actually got like quite a lot of good metal bands kicking out at the moment.
Yeah.
There's not as much metal. There's a metal band in Glasgow, Fatal Collision.
Yeah.
They're really good. I've seen them.
Shout out to them.
I was this gig I went to, some metal festival here in Edinburgh. Started at LaBelle and finished at Banshees, and I was like sitting there at 2 in the morning at Banshees.
Might have been like Quest Festival or something.
It was Evil were headlining.
Oh yeah, it was that.
And
one.
it was Disposable.
I was at that one. I was at that gig as well.
Yeah, but as it ended at Banshees late at night, and it was like Fatal Collision were on. And then it was, you know the band Scramble?
Scramble, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I think that kind of know lots of bands.
That was the night I met Ollie Wardell and Scramble for the first time. And I actually did speak to them when I was quite drunk at the time.
Instrumental bands, two-piece bands. And
I did speak because they were looking for a bassist at the time. And I said, oh, maybe I'll try out. And then I ended up getting tied in Hazel Terrace. I'd say, I'm sorry, but I ended up getting a bit busy. But they're really cool guys. I've seen them a few times, and then Ollie Wardell was finishing up the night with his solo act, and I was just blown away. I mean, it probably helped that it was I was really late at night, those three. I saw Fatal Collision 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Ollie Wardell didn't get off stage till 3:30. And then I was sitting there coming out of Banshees, and you know what it's like in Banshees where it's so loud, it's deafening.
It's tight,
and I just walked out and I'm just sitting there drunk, and my ears are ringing, and I'm oh wow, that was
a long day.
That was a long night. But I must say, I made it to the end. There was a big group of us. I was there with 2 metal bands. Shout out to these 2 guys, Look Sarah and Serpent.
What's Sarah?
Two upcoming metal bands here in Edinburgh. Good friends of mine.
What's Sarah? Is they thrash metal, aren't they?
Yeah, Look Sarah. They started off as a thrash cover band, but they're writing their own stuff.
Yeah.
I've never had a chance to see Look Sarah yet, but I'd love to. Yeah. They're great. I went to this festival with them.
I've been on a band come on this pod soon as well, because I'll hit them up soon as well.
Yeah, and like I say, there was a big crowd rush at the start, and just with every band, some were alright, I'm way off. Evil went off, half of them left, and I'm just come on guys, keep the night going. And by the end of the night, it was me and a girl called Chloe who works at Legends, who's like does some Chloe, she put on this mental gig. It was like a skate park gig. It was a free one.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the one at Archie's in Glasgow? Was it?
Yeah.
That was great, man. I mean, there's
Fatal Collision there as well.
Yeah, Fatal Collision, where I think they were headlining it, and
Yeah.
Chloe put that gig on. It was just crazy.
That's very low key, isn't it?
Aye, definitely, man. I mean, we'd love to do a skate park gig if any of these.
I went Sutton skate park in Edinburgh.
We'll play any skate park, man.
Sutton's good. My pal goes down to Sutton a lot.
Yeah.
So I end up down there.
It's like this one in the mill skate ramp in Musselburgh, which is just a skate ramp and nothing else, so that handles.
Do you know,
Sutton's a good skate. I don't actually skate myself, but I love going down there with my pals, and my pals are all skating about.
Because we used to say, man, we'd love to get a music video, like some skateboard on it, man.
Aye.
Looking at a ramp, man.
There's a great band in Edinburgh called Redolent. I think that's how you pronounce it. They're like, I don't even know what to call them, but they're cool. They're like sort of poppy, kind of indie, electronic. But they're skaters, and they have this like music video, how you make it look so easy, and it's like them skating about Ocean Terminal and that. And Livy and stuff. And it's cool music video, I like them. They're really great bands. Excerpts have been bringing them out on the tour lately. Excerpts have been bringing them out on tour. They're opening for them. Their shows next year.
We know bands like Dogtide, who you've heard of them.
Dogtide, I've seen them,
Yeah, that's right. You know lots of bands then, don't you now?
Yeah.
You're very equipped with knowing all the bands.
I just like knowing bands. I have a thing.
It's better to know the local bands than not staying and playing these gigs.
I just like knowing tons of music. Like my goal in life is to constantly listen to new music.
Yeah, rather than lots of bands.
I try in every single day to listen to a new song.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? I might not get there every single day, but then there'll be another day where I like listen to like 11 new songs, so I make up.
I work in the white bread with Destiny as well. They like them, no doubt.
I think I saw Dogtide playing. Were they playing that gig with Evil that night?
Yeah, I think that was the one.
I think I saw them there.
Yeah.
There's a few good bands on that day. That's the when I first saw Disposable as well.
Was Spontaneity there as well?
Not sure. I didn't get there until a bit later because I had uni that day.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was. I can't remember those playing that night.
Well, there was a band from Aberdeen called Thrash's Regime on that.
Thrash's Regime.
They were.
Maybe Deadfire, maybe.
I was sitting up the front row when they were on, because they're from up in Aberdeen, and I was like, they're like, is anyone here from Aberdeen? I'm like, yeah, me. And they're like, oh, whereabouts? And I'm from Fraserburgh. I'm like, what? Didn't expect to see anyone from Fraserburgh down here in Edinburgh.
There's a band called, there's a metalcore band called Outtakes or something, and they're called
Atlantic Rift?
Atlantic Rift, yeah.
Yeah,
I think I've heard of that.
You spoke with them, or it's either you. I've been spoken
I
to.
think I've seen them on Spotify maybe. Atlantic Rift, that does ring a bell actually. I see I love looking on Instagram and finding new bands, just looking on the bill and just going, I've never heard of them, and then looking them up and just go, oh, this is good stuff. And always sending Charlie stuff. You're always sick to the teeth of me being like, here, check this out, every 5 minutes.
No, you have good suggestions, man.
Well,
it's just,
but me being in the metal scene for maybe nearly 10 years, there's been bands that have come and gone. Like band called Mindset of Fret last week, we heard of them.
Don't think so, man.
You should check them out. What about Motherhill? Yeah, the band called Motherhill. You should check them out. I assume it's the same guitar. No, maybe not. But I remember they're very big hardcore kind of hardcore stuff they play as well. Motherhill, you should check them out. I recommend you check out Perpetua as well. So you've heard of them.
Perpetua, I've seen them because I've seen me and Charlie know a guy that used to play in the band Ocean Tides. So they supported Perpetua, so I was there.
Was that the gig
Aye.
Oh shit, there you go, I've seen them.
I've heard of Ocean Tides, but I've not seen them for a while.
They're not a band anymore, but Ben's starting a new band and he's been sending me over the demos and they sound great. It's proper modern hardcore together. I think they're calling themselves Silkspine. The singer of Ocean Tides is now in Lights Out. Who I've just seen at Moshfest and they're really good at recommending you check them out.
I didn't realise Ocean Tides were a hardcore band. I never listened.
Aye, they were, man. They were good.
They were great, man.
Who was it we seen who opened against Sacrificial Burial? They were pretty good, man.
Ocean Tide's such a great song. They worked with the guy from Loathe, like Connor Sweeney, who used to be in Loathe. They worked with him, so that's cool, man.
Oh yeah.
And Bruce Rintoul done such a good job producing their EP. That's down somewhere. That's just great. So it's actually like a properly great hardcore album from the heart of Glasgow. So I was a bit
They told me the hardcore album.
Bruce Rintoul he's got a lot of metal stuff under his belt. I mean, he done Vukovi.
That's true.
I've been a big fan of Vukovi.
Vukovi was great. I seen the download, man.
You were sitting there like I was telling you like, oh, you should come see Vukovi with me. He's like, I don't know, I might step out the tent while they're on. I'm not sure I like them. But then
some just Scottish people when they play download.
But no, that was it. Like I remember like when Vukovi were out of the tent because they're from Glasgow, and then this guy turns around and goes, "Oh, you don't watch Scottish people?" And went, "Aye." He was like, "Where'd all the Scottish people come? Like, well, you had Vukovi on. We had to."
I'm sure they're from Ayr, Vukovi.
Yeah, from Ayr, I think. Yeah,
they were great, man.
from over Ayr.
Bands with a band called Hooks Harmony as well.
Hawks Avenue, I know them. Yeah.
Another band.
They're
Stay for Tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
I played with them.
I did.
My band to
those guys. I got this stuff. I've had this one for like 4 years.
Yeah, great guys, man. They've recently just had a lineup change.
Yeah.
Oh, have they?
Aye, the bass player, the American guy, like I think he's left the band.
That's it.
They've now got like a female bassist in, but
Yeah.
I need to see them with a current lineup. I hope they're doing well.
I got to see them.
Aye, definitely.
Every band on the night, it's like some of these bands and things, and this kid is like a top local band podcast.
Aye.
Party Cannon.
Party Cannon are a good day.
Yeah, we're going for the big one now.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Party Cannon. I think they've played with Sacrificial Burial, but I'm not sure. I'm saying that but they're doing really good right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant band. We've been honest, we've had Chris on the podcast. Chris the bass player on this as well. Well, it'd be good to get in with the whole gang on, the whole troop song.
Yeah, they've played with, if I'm right in saying, I think they've played with From Sorrow to Serenity, who were a big metal band in Glasgow. I only know them because their bass player used to go to my school, but they're a great, they were a really good band.
Are they still going, are they?
They've not posted in a while, I don't think so, but they were really good, and I really liked their album, and they had the vinyl pressings, they were signed to a label supporting major acts, so they were doing well, so it don't.
So it's a shame when you see one of those bands that's like big for a bit and you just sort of fizzle out and you just don't hear them. I thought Slaves was gonna or soft plays they're called now, like they were doing so well and everything, then the pandemic hit and they just disappeared off the face of the earth. And suddenly they came out with a new song last year and then like everyone's talking about them again, so you know it's possible to make that comeback.
That was one of my albums of the year to be fair. Soft Plays album, Heavy Jelly, it was really good.
I've not actually listened to the new stuff yet. I loved like their old albums from before they changed the name when they were still called Slaves. Those 3 albums they put out when they're Slaves were really good. And I saw them opening for Foo Fighters back at Bella Houston Park in 2019. It was a great lineup actually. It was one of my first proper rock gigs I'd went to. Like I'd been to see the Rolling Stones with my dad when I was young, because my dad's a big Stones fan. But the first time I was like, Dad, can you take me to a gig? Was Foo Fighters at Bella Houston Park, and the support acts were Slaves, and then Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes, and what's that band? Hot Milk, who are they're quite popular. They were nobodies then, but they're quite popular now. They're a lot better now. They were really crap when I seen them. Like
I was watching their set at Transmit, when I got televised, and I go to Transmit. But
it's going for the Transmit a couple of
I've been
times.
twice, I've seen Snow Patrol, I've seen Swim School when they were just starting it.
Swim School are a really good band. They've got a song in FIFA, it's meant.
I know, and so
that's Dead Pony's got a song in NFL.
Aye, it's meant. So, do you know, it's mental to see all these fucking Glasgow bands getting.
Swim School of Edinburgh.
Oh, they know.
They're from Lonehead or something, somewhere down that way. Like the Midlothian band.
Then Soapbox and others, Glasgow band just played Transmit, they're doing really well.
Soapbox are everywhere, man. It's like when Dead Pony were shouting Soapbox out on Kerrang and
that was mental, like even though they're friends with each other, but it's just mental to see like a band like them getting shouted out at such a major platform for music, and you know, it's
Absolutely.
great.
Soapbox are great as well. I mean, the funniest thing with Soapbox was when we was playing a show in London and they were promoting their single Private Public Transport Sucks. And they had Jeremy Corbyn holding one of their t-shirts. It was like middle of election season, so he was looking for any promo shot he could get. And I just opened my phone one day and here's Jeremy Corbyn on fucking
Instagram.
On Instagram with Soapbox. I'm like, what the hell?
They're kind of like a household name if you're Glasgow music scene.
They're like a punk band.
It's like the go-tos, but they're okay. I've seen them loads. I think if you've been into the scene for a while, you've seen Soapbox loads.
I'm thinking about that show at QNU. I did Pony, Soapbox and Gallus.
Yeah,
It was so
Gallus, another great band, fucking amazing.
Gallus,
Same name.
their album's so good. I love it.
See, because it was dead funny, the story about how I ended up going to see them. My friend Gabriel, like, he was like, oh, do you want to go see like Gallus? And I thought he was saying like Gallows. I'm like, do I go see Gallows? No, and he's like, no, Gallus. So I'm like, alright.
I'll go see Gallus. Gallus is great.
Do you know, the decent man, but that's probably go see them.
I wouldn't see them with their current lineup. Like, if Frank Carter got back with them, I'd go see them.
But it's Frank Carter.
Frank Carter, from Frank Carter the Rattlesnakes, he was the singer of Gallows.
Yeah, sorry to them.
But then he left the band and started his own stuff. But then the new singer of Gallows is the guitar player of Alexis on Fire.
Fucking hell, there you go.
He's a great band.
I like Alexis on Fire.
Anyway, I saw them at Download, and do you know what? They were really great musicians and they played really well. But God, was their set boring. Like, the songs were great, but they just kind of stood there and played the songs and did nothing else. They didn't move, they didn't talk.
They're not going off the stage.
That's what I feel with Avenged, man. I've seen Avenged before.
I know, Avenged were good. I know
I'm so bored, man. Like, another band who I was really looking forward to see one year at Download and they were really boring was Bad Religion, because I really like Bad Religion.
I thought Bad Religion were good, man.
They were good, but they just bored me. I've seen a lot of good bands at Download as well, don't get me wrong, like when Busted played Download, man.
That was honestly, this year's Download, I went to a metal festival and I went in one mosh pit the entire weekend. And it was Year 3000 by Busted. Honestly, the only mosh pit I went in at Download. Because basically they knew that it was weird that Busted the thing is, it's like they knew it was weird that they were playing Download and they played into it hard. Like, they got up in the mic and said, right, we're going to play the old one now, we'll play Year 3000, I want to see the mosh pit.
But the funniest part is there was people at hardcore two-stepping in that song.
Like,
it was so funny.
There was a wall of death to what I got to school for.
There was a wall of death, but like that's
what I got to school for.
That was probably
that was
Dogtooth. That's like probably the most.
That wasn't Dogtooth, that was
Avalanche.
But it was weird because everyone was like saying before the festival was like, no one's gonna go see Busted. Who's gonna go see Busted? It's Download Festival. But then the tent was like, honestly rammed. Like,
there was people watching all the way, like not watching, but there was people queued up all the way down the Opus.
Yeah, there was, because like at the end of the day, it wasn't quite as full as Electric Callboy playing there, but it was close. Like, Busted went down a storm with it, and I was like, fair dues. Like, I suppose Charlie Simpson's got that connection to the metal music with Fightstar.
Because as we've mentioned, we got Fightstar, and we went to the reunion gig.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Loathe and Twin Atlantic were playing as well. I want to see Loathe again because I think they're a good band, but the sound engineer fucked them over. Like, it was inaudible.
It was such a weird spell because like Fightstar and Twin Atlantic kind of makes sense, and then Fightstar and Loathe, like Fightstar's heavy stuff sounds a bit like what Loathe does, so that made sense. But like watching Loathe going straight into Twin Atlantic is so weird.
It's so weird.
That was my first ever
band.
They were good, man. Like, as much as I love Fightstar, right?
6-1
I thought Twin Atlantic 6-1.
No.
Yeah, that band, they're from Glasgow, 6-1.
What is that? 6 Wonder? I think I've seen them on Instagram some, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, you should get them.
Oh, maybe I've seen them on a lineup. I always see bands and so like someone's like, oh, do you know this band? I'm like, I don't know, I think I've seen them in a lineup somewhere. That's always my default answer. Like, it's like, I'm sure I've heard them, maybe I've seen them in a lineup.
That's it, man.
Met some guy named like, I was like, oh, you're in a band too? He's like, I'm like, oh, what's your band called? I can't remember what it's called now. But I was like, I don't know, I think I've seen you in a lineup. And he's like, we're from England. And I'm like, maybe not then. He's like, no, we're playing in Glasgow. I can't can't remember now. I think I genuinely had seen them all. I see tons of lineups.
There's lots of bands out there that it's hard to keep up with them.
I know.
I've got a lot of bands, but maybe got homework now that you mentioned so many bands. I think some of the bands that you mentioned, Sherlock's, I've probably not heard of some of these bands, so all the bands that we said there, hit me up and come on this podcast, that's all we do.
So many good, like, I don't know, it's just, especially in Glasgow right now, it's just, I just wonder who's going to be the next one to blow up big. Like, I have a feeling it's probably Soapbox, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I see Vigilante.
Always
Big
in that, and
Vigilante.
Vigilante are crazy good. Vigilante beat most touring acts I see. Like,
They
look
look
crazy good.
There was a band called Lotus Eater back in the day as well.
Lotus Eater?
Yeah,
Aye,
Do you know them?
Yeah.
They were growing up at one point, and then whatever happened, they just, that was it, eh?
That was it.
Yeah.
Albums or something.
it's like what they say about Mudhoney, wasn't it? That everyone in Seattle thought Mudhoney were going to be the ones to blow up, and then they just never did.
Because Nirvana, like, they had hope in Nirvana, they thought Nirvana was crap. Well, no, not every day, like, Sub Pop did.
They thought they were good, but they didn't think they were going to actually, like, especially if you're listening to Bleach, like, no band that sounds like Bleach is going to become huge.
I love Bleach though,
It's great, it's not like a mainstream sound, you know?
No, and it's weird how it has become like a mainstream album.
Yeah.
Bleach, like some of the songs on Bleach, I can't listen to. I think they're too noisy.
Same way in Utero, there's some songs I can't
No, I love In Utero. I love that
song.
song.
Milk It and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I love that
I hate
song.
that song. Like, but then I like stuff as noisy as it. Like, see, like Ruben, what's that song? It's like the one that we love it.
Oh, City's on Fire.
City's on Fire.
City's on Fire, like Jamie hates that song.
I mean, I showed that to my
pal.
I showed that to my pal, and he's like, "This is worse than grime."
Yeah. No, I made a little demo EP of songs I've written lately, and I totally bumped. Like, not actually like any of the chords or anything from Cities on Fire. It was just like, I don't know, the style of that song. I bumped it for that demo.
It's a great song.
It's just such a weird opener because it has this really soft intro and then it gets into this like crazy dissonant like. Same like Blood Bunny Lark Call off that album. I would just wonder if that's named after the Lark Call in Lanarkshire.
No, Slap I was just in there too.
Yeah.
I was with that myself, man.
But I don't know, there's a lot of just Glasgow, like I love trying to keep up with all the bands coming out, but it's just like you run into there's one in Edinburgh actually who are just coming up. I'm going to shout out because they're really good and they're called Abolish Golf. It's a hilarious name. But they're kind of shoegazy, alt rocky.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, I saw them opening up for a band I know called North Orbital.
We played with them in that like band with Suffocation in the Sun.
But no, in Abolish Golf, and then I seen them open up with Harry Miles Watson not that long ago. But they just have a really unique sound, and I just love that about Edinburgh scene particularly. Is there's so much like different stuff coming out. Like I'll see a band like this one called Shotlock. I think they were called.
Shotlock. That name rings a bell.
They're like a grunge band.
Go shout out to those guys.
It's like a grunge band, and then like outside there's like Harry Miles Watson playing that weird like acoustic stuff with the brass section. Then you'll have like a proper metal band like Disposable come on, and like I mean I'm not sure if you went to the Disposable gig at Summer Hall.
I've heard about that, eh?
And that was such a weird night because there was like some jazz band opening up, like genuine jazz band playing like jazzy stuff.
It's not long with the pace we could do a metal gig in Summer Hall, eh? But
and so it was just like, you know, jamming out to this little jazz band dancing away, and then the next band on Brasser come on, and they're killing it, and then the Disposable headlining and like chucking sharks off the mosh pit and whatever else.
Oh, the Paddy Cannon Sharks, eh?
But I just like I love that in a gig. I love when a gig where the lineup's just a bit schizophrenic. Like you just don't know what's coming next. Like some of the gigs we've played, it's felt a bit like us playing like Gaslight and the Concept, like us back to back with the Concept's always like we love playing together, but it's such a weird contrast.
It was us, Subviolet and
Pitman.
Yeah, that's it, Pitman.
It was so different from Dave Ansell's. It was
because like we came up, we played some heavy stuff, and then you went to Pitman playing proper indie, and then you had Subviolet doing like all rock. And
do you know, it was great bands that night, and
that wasn't probably our worst gig, but
it was like performance wise.
But we were quite bad that day.
I know. We just had a few drinks, man, and
I think we were all a bit half cut, and it just didn't. come off great.
That was I think our third gig actually.
Yeah.
I think we're all a lot better recently. I'm quite
Aye.
confident in playing gigs now. So
Either way, like
Our stage presence has gotten so good since
definitely, like,
then.
I think that's something in our band that we take pride in, that we move about the stage and we make sure that it's not a boring gig, because I think to myself, how many times I've been to gigs and I've just seen somebody standing doing nothing and I'm like, I want to go home.
aye, definitely.
You know what I mean? And like, we try and make it as much as about the music, we try and like make it a performance and a show rather than just playing.
Yeah. We want you to go to a Hazel Terrace show, not like a Hazel Terrace performance.
Aye.
We want you to go like a Hazel Terrace show, not like a Hazel Terrace performance. We want you to actually feel like you're going to a show
Yeah.
and seeing something,
Mm-hmm.
not just like hearing something, but seeing something as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of bands like lack that part of their live act, but there's a lot of bands that don't as well. There's a like Soapbox, their energy on stage is mental. Same with Vigilante, the
San Jose.
San Jose, like all these
Yeah.
great bands that are
Yeah.
coming up with the idea of putting on a performance rather than just, you know, playing the music. I think that's what a lot of the appeal, as well as the you know,
Like-
the stuff they're putting out is coming from.
But when you look at the big bands like in metal these days that are blowing up, like
Yeah.
Ghost and Sleep Token, that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
their whole thing.
Yeah.
Is like putting on like a performance, like a whole show.
So that's it now, yeah.
And-
One show as well.
You've got to do something to make yourself stand out these days. Like
Hard.
in a world of like social media,
And it's all-
advertising,
Yeah, and it's a bit more security these days as well, isn't it?
you know, you've got to be able to find a way to break through and like connect with
Hell
people.
yeah.
The big music.
Yeah.
Got to break the cycle, yeah. It's linked from the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe a few things, a few other things we can chat.
Any questions you have, Don?
We can normally talk about our trip, you know, what we're weighing on, sort of thing, yeah, because I normally talk about this. We go down to this question, we talk about the t-shirts and that colour and all that. That quite cool to talk about that. I'll start myself. So I got my Chris Cornell on here, as you know. Every podcast, I don't think I really need to say about my hair too much. I've got my Pale and Bear shades. Apparently we got this nice metallica shirt. It's not black. It's white. It's got this at the back. Yeah, I don't know.
I've been seeing that off. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
so
I think I've seen that shirt before, yeah.
it's a Pale and Bear shirt. So I've got this recently. I could just say this on the podcast. I've recently turned 29, so I'll just say I was happening already. So when this is up,
It's happy birthday.
yeah. So recently, I'll just say I recently turned 29, so I've got this shirt from Pale and Bear. Well, my sister got it for me. Shout out to my sister. Going down to
Chris's sister.
what was that?
So shout out to Chris's sister.
Yeah, of course. Thanks very much for the shirt. Then going down to the bottom, got these jeans, these
Very good.
denim jeans. Yeah,
So you've got like the metal half here, the
Yeah.
top and the grungy part at the bottom. Man.
I do. I've got my rips as well. And I've got my Vans,
Classic, man.
proper.
Me and Jamie got your ski shoes, man. I've got Reeboks on. You've got
Sullivan's.
I know.
Converses.
Converse, yeah, classic choice.
Yeah.
These ones are getting worn in. I've only had them a few months, but I've not had them off, so they've just got worn in. So quick. But no, yeah. Got my emo hair. Dyed that. About a year actually since I dyed my hair black. I used to be brown. It used to be short as well. Like, when me and Charlie met each other, like there's a photo of us for the first time we met each other at Royal Blood in Glasgow. And you had like the dead long hair, and here's me like hair like up here.
It's all cracked now.
It's like we've had switched haircuts. That's what's happened.
I've got the long hair.
I don't much worse.
I recently had the long hair, but cut it the other week.
You were sick of people telling you you look like Kurt Cobain.
We've done it.
The Daniel John syndrome, man.
We've done it a wee bit earlier because I still had it, you know.
I know, you've still done it, man.
Yeah.
And I got a Taylor Hawkins shirt on
Yeah.
for the tribute gig. That was such a mental gig. Like the amount of like crazy musicians they had in there. They had Rush on the bill and Brian Johnston from AC/DC,
Oh, yeah.
Paul McCartney.
That's my music like that.
It was just mental. Like even just like having like Supergrass on the bill and
Oh yeah.
Super Crescent Foo Figures to Rush.
there's just a mad lineup.
There's
There's just honestly like, the amount of like
It's
crazy
just all of
musicians.
Taylor Hawkins' favourite bands, wasn't it? That was
Yeah, that was it. ZZ Top, not ZZ Top. Who was it? It was the guy from the Eagles' other band.
ZZ Bottom.
No, it was some.
This was annoying.
It was some. I can't remember what the band's called, but it was a mental like hard rock from the 70s, and it was the guy from the Eagles.
Stormzy, maybe.
The weirdest guy they had on there was like Mark Ronson, you know, the producer.
He's one of them.
And like
One of the goats.
Yeah, and they had Mark Ronson and Dave Grohl's daughter doing that song Valerie.
Oh,
And
I love that song.
and it's just like, it was just a really strange lineup, but it was such a fun day. Like every act got like 15 minutes, and the turnover was like that. Like, the amount of like stage crew they had on just to get everything turned around like that. You'd have to, like, it's like an all day thing at Wembley, you know, you keep things moving, I suppose.
Same like all day as you as well, or in venue, just take 20 minutes to turn around for the next band, or something, 15 minutes.
I've seen some crazy turnarounds, some of the gigs I've been to where it's just like, oh, how did they, like...
Yeah.
I mean, our gig at the garage felt like it was like a 2-minute turnaround. Like we went on stage because we were doing line checks instead of sound checks, and then just seen the mixing guy just go, right, go, and I'm like,
you've not even line checks yet?
It was a good gig, man, but look, I feel like, I don't know.
the sound was terrible. I mean, my guitar didn't sound good at all, but it was really, I think that's the gig I had the most fun at, weirdly, because it was a decent turnout.
It was great, man, you know, it was shout out to some of the promotions who set it up. Played in the garage, it's the second time I played in there. And you know, it's a great venue. I always like playing in the attic and, you know, seeing bands up there. I think the last band I seen up there was Brasser. Brasser was the last band I seen. Talk about Brasser a lot, man. They're a great band, so...
They'll come on it when you see you guys on it, so now they'll let me up when they come on it.
I was at one of the best gigs I've been to in the attic when I seen Random Hand in there. I've seen them a couple of times, a ska band from Keithsley, they were there.
Was that you playing the Call Me Malcolm?
No, Call Me Malcolm weren't there, that was in the classic grand. But it was with Risky and the Ridicule. It's a good scene of bands down in like the kind of York area. There's a lot of good ska bands in there, it's got a great scene with it. Glasgow's not really got a lot. I mean, we've got Esperanza, but
they're like a bit older, man.
I suppose so. It's a really good band.
I've had a good gig or two in the garage. The only gig I've ever been to in the attic was the one we played, but I saw Frank Turner in the garage off front row, and that was mental.
Have you seen Brutus, man?
Brutus in G2. Oh, if you don't know the band Brutus, you should definitely check
amazing,
them
like
out.
Belgian post-hardcore band, man. Really good stuff there. Very atmospheric, man.
And they've got like, I can't even remember her name now, but she's the singer and she's also on drums.
It's like Phil Collins thing going on.
And she's got like these wind chimes. And it's mental, she like sit there and
I've been in tears, man.
and I'm sitting there a bit half cut, and she starts on the wind chimes, and I'm just sitting there like,
it's beautiful. It's like if you would just take John down to the gigs, it's like the spare track there, NPC. I'm a joking. John's a great guy. He keep it fight starters, man. It's always a good laugh, man.
Me and Stephen met up with John Dunn after Foo Fighters at Hampden.
Did you?
Aye, because he was there. So we met up, and me, Stephen's mom, and John Dunn, and Christian got Mackie's.
John Dunn plays in the Hazel Terrace lot.
Nah, John Dunn got a gig yet. We tried to get him down for SWG3, but he didn't come down.
So did
Josh is our fifth member now.
the fifth member of Hazel Terrace. Joshua Lindsay, our trusty photographer, man, and he was up seeing County Days last night. But he's a great guy, man. He's been there with us since the start of the year, man, and you know he's always
comes to our gigs. He does.
Shot our first planned gig out of Shoes. It's just my pal that I've met through working at McDonald's, and then he started trying up photography, and I went, well, you can shoot me playing drums in the classic band, and then you can shoot my band. Our first gig at a coffee shop, which isn't even a coffee shop anymore. It's shut
It's
down.
like Ushi's coffee shop.
It's quite good for gigs as well. I've seen a hardcore band in there. It was Peacemaker. I've seen Peacemaker in there, and I've got a funny story about that actually, because it was literally me, Josh, and Peacemaker in the room, and they were getting ready. Putting all the amps on, screaming and all that, getting ready for folk to come in, but nobody came in. And then the guy just punched fuck out the wall, and then there's a big hole in the wall, and I went in the next day, there's a poster over the wall.
Why did they punch him off? Because they turned up?
No, I don't know, just done it.
It's just a hardcore band, man. You got to expect the unexpected.
I mean, it would have been, I think I would have found it cool if there was a crowd to see, because it was just me and Josh.
And you just punched the wall.
Punching the wall, man. I'm like, my god, they had a great set after it though. That crowd came in and it got quite mental, but I seen them at Mosh Fest as well, actually. Peacemaker, they're a good
Were they
band.
better there? I would imagine so.
Did
Did they punch it this time?
Maybe. I can't really remember. Peacemaker were good at Mosh Fest. Woodhall were really good at Mosh Fest. They'll probably my highlight of the night, I'd say. Woodhall, Auditorium.
I'm great guys. Love everyone in that band. It's just, yeah.
So we maybe talk about maybe we could talk about transport, because when we could talk about transport since on that.
Why that?
I don't think we've actually talked about the rest of the trip question yet. Hey, we didn't really go right through Delhi. I went trip there, somewhere you went, sort of fine trip thing.
Not trip here?
Yeah, a trip. No, a trip. I mean, as in what we went.
When we here.
Yeah, we sort of got off.
Oh, the trip?
Yeah, so I get mixed up.
So currently I'm wearing, some cargoes, nice set of box classics, man, a Primark shirt.
Primark, start fight saying that, man. Primark.
Man, I went up, man, it was Asda George, and I went up a tier and I went on to Primark, man.
The way you say it, Primark.
That's the George.
Primark.
Aye, that's because...
That's
because you're posh though, it's Primark.
I'm not posh.
Aye.
What would you say?
Primark.
Primark, aye, so there you are.
I'd say Primark. See, we felt they have said it's meant to be pronounced Primark, but I'm not
I'll lie
I don't know.
So I didn't like no one in Fraser would have ever told me.
It's like calling the we the Y. Like, it's just it's Primark.
Oh well, let's see what you went. You actually did smart today, man.
Thank you about that.
Yeah, President's casual, just...
It's a nice jacket.
Well, he's got the Beatles haircut, man.
Got the Beatles haircut.
The specs,
Design of Gucci specs cost me 19 grand.
The
Bershka jacket.
Bershka.
No, look,
you got that cheap watch you got for the banners, man. I'm paying a $5 for it.
It's a nice watch.
No, this was a gift for my 18th birthday from my mother, so
Specially watch.
Holmes trousers? I don't know, just...
You like that smart, like here's the next to us. I like the gaggle.
You dress the smartest at yours, man. So many occasions you turn up and you look like you're dapper, man. It's like
just eloquent, man.
Elegant, man.
It's true, it's like I'll turn up to a gig and you're dressed all pure dapper and I'll be coming in a crop top and fishnets and I'll have those little vibes in the band.
That's all million, man. He dresses like, I don't know, how would you describe him, man?
Comes with the scheme.
It goes scheming and sometimes he dresses good pop punk, man.
He does
So
that.
it's like Cut Cobain, Philip Mary Hill, it's like that sort of
Mary Hill's code. The Govern's
Gavin Cut Cobain, not Mary Hill.
Govern's Kurt Cobain. I mean, we all have our own very different backgrounds, like in the band, like in terms of where we've come from.
Me and Charlie are pretty much the same. We're just in the road with each other. But
and then William's from like deep in the heart of Govan, and then
Deep
Jason
in the heart of
comes from
Glasgow.
Aberdeenshire, the sheepshire territory.
I know, tell them about the story about not putting the sheep on the cover.
I thought you were going to say when he shagged the sheep.
No, tell that after.
That's the next episode.
The single cover art was like, it's like got sheep on it. It's not in theme. It's about like people not being the sheep, people like breaking out from the flock and not just doing what everyone else does. That's what the song's about. And then, but when I first saw the cover, I was like, Jamie, you're not going to put sheep on the cover, are you? And he's like, why? I'm like, it looks pure like country, like yokel sheep.
Because this cunt's fucking Aberdeen.
No. Like, so that's very exciting. It was just like, I don't know where I come from, like, I don't know, you just want to avoid it looking like a sheep shag or everything.
Especially if you get a reputation already.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, that's one of my favourite insults back at home.
Especially when you have shagged a sheep. I'm going to try and hide it a wee bit.
See, I'm not. See, that's the thing. I'm from the countryside. But I'm not from like a farm or anything. I'm from a town. Like tons of my pals, like growing up, were all living on farms and then you just, you know.
You go visit the farms and
This is Project Farmhouse.
I mean, you'd go to the farms and get a wee couple of rounds of the sheep.
Yeah.
No!
You move to the town and it's just pigeon shaggers.
Seagull shaggers.
Yeah, but see who's in the drop of the neck
There might be some sheep up here as well.
Oh, do you know what that's good? That's right.
Some sheep up here.
Yeah, there might be.
Just be careful on the walk back.
To be fair, like I lived out in Harriet Watt last year, and that's dead in the countryside, got farms all around.
I saw it was a bit tempting, you know.
No, shut up. Those anyway, Blantyre's the height of suburbia, is it? They're dead in the farms there. And, like,
We are, but like perfect middle ground between being on the outskirts of the city and on countryside, so.
Like, I don't know, like when I've been driving in, like we came driving into Blantyre, through High Blantyre side once, it was just like we came in some weird way because we took a wrong turn and it was like all these farms and everything was coming through. Weird, like.
London's got a fried place.
Blantyre is mental, man. I just remember the first time I went to Blantyre, getting off the train and being like doing the Lemmy joke. I'm no fair Blantyre, I've no business being here.
Actually, it's like, man, if I mind that time, you keep it Blantyre, man.
But I've been years like millions of
No, but this recent time, you normally see some things that come.
Oh, well, we went down the farmway and there was these bulls and all that, was shite or something.
I mean, I was talking to the guy chasing the other guy.
It was like 12 in the afternoon, man, and this guy was like just chasing this other guy down the street, fucking
chopper,
and then he turned round and he's like, Put your toes down, you bunch of hoosies, and I'm just like, it's like, I'm like, the wings aren't even dropped off at school yet, and we're chasing each other with blades.
The funniest one when you were up in the Brock and people were in Joust, was it Joust? What were they doing again?
Listen, this street, so we all have cut, right, and we're walking down the street and our mate Cameron, a guy's trying to heckle him because he knows his sister and something's going on, and he's thought about stabbing her pal. I turn around a minute later, there's two people on machetes, no, not on machetes, but on mopeds fighting with machetes. Because me and Stephen clocked it like something in Uncharted game.
It's like Fraserburgh, it's the Uncharted land. I have a joke about Fraserburgh. It's like, someone was like, oh, would you rather kill yourself or move back to Fraserburgh? I went, no, Fraserburgh is like more terminal than killing yourself. Like, it's the final solution.
Fraserburgh's like getting cancer, man.
It's a slow death moving to Fraserburgh. I don't know. I like the place, it's a nice place, but I'm so glad I moved away. It's just such a mad, like, you see some weird stuff.
We're still your way to put you in this band, that was
I know. Life was like when I was moving there, I'd say, oh, maybe I'll join the band, who knows? And then it was just like, he would stay over at mine, we've been playing an open mic here in Edinburgh, and then he goes, do you know, we really need a bass player, you used to play bass, right? And I'm like, I've got a new bass actually, recently, and he goes, let's try it out, and he's like, right, if you can play this riff, you can be our bass player, because everyone was like, oh, I can't do that, that's too hard, and here's me, picks it up in 2 minutes, like, what?
So even really a hard riff.
It's not a hard riff at all. Like, I don't understand why people are struggling with that. That's nowhere near the hardest stuff we've got.
We just had bad luck with some bass.
Undercover, I mean, I know you didn't have a bass part written for that at the time. That's probably...
You blew that out of the water, man. Like,
the Undercover, I put a lot of work. The bass line that I put the most effort into was Only Gold. Like, I love
it's
the
very
bass
much
line.
the bass line in that instead. It's like, I think it's a bit like as well, he's a butler. Like your bass playing can be like the Black Sabbath.
Interesting. I can see the Chris Novoselic. I mean, Chris Novoselic is the reason I picked up bass. Like, I picked up bass to learn Nirvana songs, so I'm not surprised that comes through. Actually, I spend a lot of time like studying. Like, I actually sit there and like listen to bass parts and like read the music and like do it all like for like bands like Thursday and At the Drive-In. Those are the two that I sit there.
Oh, she's Thursday Outbreak.
Thursday,
oh, I love them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we maybe should move the conversation on transport then, since we took a couple of buses here today, surprisingly. not really. We know sometimes occasionally some bands don't have vehicles and that, so we always have to come by public transport, so it's always that option.
So, man, a good band to talk to about Soapbox.
They love it.
They need buses and transport.
I love buses, man. No joke, the whole thing is they've got a song called, was it
Private
Public Transport Sucks.
You said that earlier,
Aye.
It's them like slagging off First Bus and Stagecoach and...
Hell yeah.
But it was dead funny because they got like a feature in one of the Livy's Twitch streams, which is so funny. It's like, bus stop, is that counting? Is that his song?
I love the music video for that song, it's so funny.
That is, man, do you know,
It's Soapbox like playing at this random bus stop and the guy's just sitting there like marching up and down, shouting in the mic.
I know, get like people on motors like get shouting and abuse Gammy's trying to talk to them and all that.
Be like, is there some kind of protest?
Right.
Protest, son.
That would be me at the time of London.
They need to help Soapbox then.
They're a great band. I've seen the guy from Soapbox. Actually, I was working in Glasgow over the summer and I was getting the 900 in every morning. And every time I'd get into Glasgow in the morning, half the time I'd see the singer of Soapbox pacing about Buchanan bus station. Probably having some spit
about buses to tan, man.
Maybe we'll see a song about trains for them soon, man.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm the transport. I'm out on train roads, so
We got buses out today to get here as well. We've got a couple, but we got about.
We did.
Yeah.
Got the 7 in. I've never been on the 7 before.
Yeah. Well, we got the 7 in. Because I was.
You got
we all.
The 900.
Got the classic 9. I love the 900. I don't know what it is, man. All my friends like, oh, the 900's so bad. I'm like, no, it's just
skate, man. I love the bus and I love the skateboard around ones.
What I like about the 900, every time
the
I
social.
That is, man.
I feel like
They'll allow you 900 in the middle of the gig.
They just get make that
Like get Tony Hawk, mate, feature on Hazel Terrace.
I'm good.
the thing about I find about
I'll wait until we get to the 900 episodes of this podcast and we'll start doing it still. That'll be good.
we're drawing back and we'll be like old men and all that.
So, do the 900th episode of the podcast.
Open up for soul Monday for a motorcycle. Never get out.
They've got an EP out yet, we'll just like called in about 2 years that time.
If you're still coming along, if you're still going around 900 episodes, we can get you guys off and get you on the 900.
Well, don't do the podcast on the 900.
That's what I'm saying, live from the 900.
Live from the 900. Will that be the 900 episode then?
Yeah. Live from the 900.
They'll be in like wheelchairs, I'll be deep, they'll just move the coffin and like
Take your chocolate and palm of ashes.
You getting your boot palm?
900 might not be on them anymore.
Take your palm of ashes with us on.
Why did they take 2 pack of Smokey's ashes, man? The last Smokey's ashes. That's so David.
Maybe turn into a guitar.
We'll
get your ashes. Who was it? Was some musician got turned into a guitar?
Oh, there's a guy. Have you seen this thing where the cunt like builds a guitar like his dead Uncle Skellen?
What?
So strange, man. Like his ribcage is literally a part of the guitar. Like he just stood up at a bridge of his uncle's ribcage, man. And used the spine as like the fucking neck.
No,
I should put in the EMGs on it.
Would that not be like for coffin or something, Stuart? Guitar coffin maybe for
Guitar coffin.
Maybe if I can fit in the sound to me.
Every time Jamie and Amp come out, do rectifier there. Get a record with me, record perfect and celebrate with Jamie's ashes, man.
I name one of my fingers like that.
We'll give a wee shout to Woody buses as well.
I actually reserve it to the buses.
They're more convenient than the Glasgow buses.
Loads of buses could give a shout. We've got loads of buses as well because obviously they passed us.
Honestly, coming up from like Fraserburgh where the only bus company is Stagecoach, and Stagecoach is just so dire. They're always late, and it's like 18 quid now for a bus from Fraserburgh to Aberdeen. Like retired. It's ridiculous, and like I sit here in Lothian buses now, it's like £2 each way.
It's about 36 quid for Glasgow to Edinburgh or something like that.
I don't know how much the Borders buses are.
Edinburgh to
Aberdeen.
I
mean, they're good services, Border buses, I mean,
I never used that because I'm never down the Borders way. It's like,
but we're about to get on one there with today, but I think never happened.
I went down to the borders, I should down to Galashiels one day, I got the train down.
Yeah.
So lovely, that the new Borders Railway down to Galashiels is lovely.
Yeah, I've been on that actually.
It's a really nice place, Gala, actually.
Yeah.
I see gigs there over there.
Yeah.
I haven't been down there.
Metcap or something.
Yeah, it's Mick something,
Yeah, I've heard about that. I think there's a band from that neck of the woods, where's the Shack Death Resident, I think, from what does. Yeah, I mean, is this on Selkirk, maybe the guys might be on that band?
Selkirk?
Selkirk guy.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, that's what the 3 out of 4 guys who do.
3 out of 4?
3 out of 4 that shouted
Shout to those guys, I heard
Yeah,
we played with
They were
They
them up as well.
Exploding Onions we played with as well,
Oh,
and
yeah.
VRA, which I played with before.
VRA, yeah.
At Cats Fest in Edinburgh, played with them.
What's shouts as well that we've never been since.
VRA, we also played with
Yeah, they've been on this
last
podcast
year.
as well.
Good guys, man.
Kind of punky, kind of grunt.
I really sounded a bit like Taking Back Sunday, man.
Yeah.
That's what I took away from that kind of
They
sound.
were really good live, yeah.
They had one song that I thought really sounded like
Buttercup, the Human Renegade, man. I love that.
So to a band called Cornfield Chase as well, you know, on.
I don't know them, but sure it's the one.
Right.
Fifers, you know.
Fifer is Do you know what? I always have a thing with people from Fife, right?
Ball as well.
You see if you ask...
Certain death, I'm taking all the bands out.
My thing with Fife is, you see if you ask anyone in Scotland where they're from, they'll tell you a place name. They're like, oh, where you're from? I'm from Aberdeen, or I'm from Berwick, or whatever, right? But you see if you ask someone where they're from, if they're from Fife, they go, I'm from Fife. And you go, but whereabouts in Fife? Fife's huge. And I'm from Dunfermline. Like, you think I've never heard of Dunfermline? Like, what's wrong with you? It's like, but I proved it the other day, because there's another guy, oh, whereabouts are you from? Fife. Like, see, once again, no one from Fife ever just tells you where they're from. Maybe they just like making you ask. Like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's just a weird Fife thing.
It seems to be that. Certain Death is a band from Fife as well, Certain Death. You should go reach out to some Dundee bands, Catalysis and
Dundee, I like Dundee. You know, a lot of people crap on Dundee.
Dundee has quite a good hardcore scene.
JCHC, Huge City Hardcore.
Volcano X as well.
So another band I know from Dundee called Dopamine.
Yeah.
I've heard of them. I got a kid, like...
Who's that band we were watching? Dog Kickers? They're called like Dog...
Poppy
Kickers?
He's the guy who showed up his work gear.
That was it.
Poppy Kickers, that's the band name and I
I'm so pretty sure.
Because that was very early social, right?
Cullen? No, that was Cullen's. They are from Dundee.
Oh, Cullen, sorry, wrong man.
Because Cullen's a lot of shoegaze, but Poppy Kickers were hardcore. Cullen's were really good, I really enjoyed them, but they're a good band to Dundee. An ice rink from Dundee, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe a
shoegaze band.
Yeah. That's quite.
Trauma Band is one of my favourite bands from Dundee. They're a great hardcore band, but the funny thing was I saw Trauma Bands at Core Festival, which was great, and then I was meant to be seeing them again at Bannerman's a few weeks back, and then I was thinking they're taking a while to come on, they should be on there. Checking my phone, their car bursting on fire.
Oh no.
On the way down, the car literally set on fire and I had to get out of the car and I'm sorry we can't make it to the gig, the car's on fire. And I was like, yo, what? And I looked and it was like, no way, the car was actually on fire. It was like crazy. I'm like,
that's mental, man.
Imagine me like I know there's like a lot of good excuses for not turning up to a gig, but my car set on fire, that's got to be up there. It's like, Lord. But I don't know, Dundee, yeah, I don't know, Dundee's a place, I really like Dundee, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Scotland, I love every city in Scotland, apart from
Every
Inverness.
city does have a metal band.
Inverness, I think that, I don't know, I don't like Inverness as a place, I think it's a bit of fun.
I've not really passed through it, man.
No, I don't like Inverness. I'm like upset, I shouldn't be doing this. But what be putting a gig there at some point, I'm sure, like, no, that band was shite talking to us, but Aberdeen's another one, like, I'm from Aberdeen, and I always used to think Aberdeen was dead nice, but then we was coming up to play Aberdeen, play Tunnels the other month, and we got off the bus, and I was just like looking around, and showing you guys about, I'm like, wow, Aberdeen's like much worse than I remember it being. it's like so grey and depressing, man, even on a sunny day. But I like Glasgow, I like Edinburgh.
We were also talking about bands that are from the central bit as well, like Underneath and We Make Hammers, like they're from like Bathgate or something.
That's it, with Underneath, they've got members now, Armadale and Blackburn, so that kind of West section. But you know, we're great friends with Robbie Greer, such a great guy, as I said earlier. He's
all in underneath.
like Aidan and Ewan, man. And you know,
how much time have you played to the underneath now?
7 or 8, man.
Aye.
Yeah.
Underneath the day, but as I was saying earlier, that they're the boys that are setting up the Timberlake and 3, you know, they do that every year, and you know, it's a pleasure to be added to the bill. We got offered it last year, but unfortunately we couldn't.
No, it's Human Renegade got offered it last year, not Hazel
Oh,
Terrace.
never mind, there you go, I'm mixing myself up.
You weren't even gigging at this point last
No.
year. The acoustic gigs at HMV, man, it was dire.
Play your acoustic gig.
That was our first gig, it was Ivory Blacks.
The Great Black Star, it was
February 2023.
That was like a college gig as well, man.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was, man.
It was a bad show.
No, that first gig was for me too, my first ever gig.
That was a good time for the
It's-
first gig.
Yeah, it's just like I've been hooked
Yeah.
ever since. Like, I don't know.
So have you got any upcoming gigs for the band then? Any upcoming gigs?
Just the one
Yeah.
now, I'm sure we'll have more
I
soon.
think,
You know.
well, I don't know what's going on with that headliner show.
True, we'll get possible something in the works, but to keep up to date with that, go follow our socials. We're
Aye.
Hazel Terrace on pretty much everything. Our main platform is Instagram, but we're also active on Twitter and Facebook.
Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Aye, but
You work on there and
But Facebook seems to be having these problems with notifications, eh? I've noticed.
I know, no, because I just couldn't get into the
Yeah.
Facebook.
I think
The
that's-
Facebook I was thinking was the Messenger.
Yeah,
It just wasn't
it's
letting me
not-
into the
I've
Messenger.
actually noticed that now, eh? You know,
Mhm.
it's just messaging sometimes and I feel like something's going on, you know, you're not seeing it and that's like a circle coming on that you've read it or something.
Mhm.
Or something like
But
that.
then the
TikTok as
best
well.
way to contact us is through our email or
Yeah.
Instagram.
Unless Facebook gets that shit sorted out.
Unless that gets sorted, then
Unless you want an address, you can just come to your door.
I come up to number 2 Hazel Terrace, so.
Yeah, unless you just check the message and make sure you read it without forgetting about it and popping in, because it might pop in but you probably not got notifications for it.
Aye, that's it, man. It's just
It's all that happens.
on TikTok as well.
Oh, it's
Where were the youngins?
the youngins, man.
We've got a
we know
TikTok.
that we're not.
Not at all, but we are on TikTok and we do post there quite frequently.
OnlyFans as well.
Actually, our drummer William's on there. If you
No,
want.
he's not.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, our drummer is not an OnlyFans.
Probably the wisest thing to say. Can't speak, man.
Yeah.
Definitely not
Well, we should, so before we kind of wrap the podcast up, I guess we'll wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
We should introduce ourselves and the band because we've never done that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've got
Let's
to
do
do
it,
that.
man.
So I'm Chris, I'm the host of the Hats Off Way Down podcast, episode 172.
I'm Laura, I'm on bass.
I'm Charlie, I'm the lead singer and rhythm guitar player on Hazel Terrace.
I'm Jamie. I just play guitar in Hazel Terrace.
This man does it all, man. This lead guitar player. It's actually funny between us because we always switch between the two, but you're mainly lead.
Yeah,
Revelation's got that cool bit where you swap during the
Yeah.
song.
You've got your drummer as well.
The
also.
drum-
Yeah,
Bobby,
we
right?
all-
Alright,
He's
so
behind the
Bobby,
camera.
introduce yourself.
He's behind the camera somewhere.
Actually, he's taking a bit.
He's actually what we couldn't make it today, but
He's broke his own. So.
he broke his hand drumming last night. And it's okay.
Broke his hip cousin.
Yeah, broke your pink band. That was that last show where I like broke my bass midway through the show at the attic. I don't know what happened, I just looked around and my like lowest string was like wrapped halfway around the neck. I was not meant to do that.
It's not a bit there.
Just not meant to do that. I passed my nut on stage, I couldn't help it.
You bust your nuts.
I just got touching my knob in the studio and I passed my nut on stage.
We could post that on
I
Instagram.
know, but there's always that the guy who recorded Revelation is Lewis Jerry, Big Jerry, big up.
Big old Jerry.
He's in the band, The Rolling Wall, do you know, great guy band, and Davin Cloud, who works Human
Davin,
Renegade,
job in the next
produces and records Human Renegade too.
Shout out as well.
That's it, shout out to Dava and Jimmy, man, great guys, and there was this whole thing where we kept doing stuff with the volume knobs, and then at one point you turned and you stop touching your knob, and it just kept happening.
No, it was me just said
knobs.
that. It was me because like I kept accidentally turning my volume back up after every take, and he was like sitting there getting frustrated because he couldn't get them all on level. And then I sat there and I go, God, I need to stop it. I need to stop touching my knob in the middle of the studio.
or there's another instance when you fellas like, we should do a man, we should do but like, you're sitting there like this, right, mouth open, we're trying to chuck pigs into your mouth.
Yeah.
And it happened to William, he called it after his drum take.
Did he?
Aye, when he was
Don't mind me, William.
I seen him. No, when he went the days.
Oh, count the days.
Aye, so
I messaged Williams like, who's the rapper now?
Aye, that's what we put. Aye, taking a wee kit with heavy metal raffle.
That was a totally
Outtakes graft, man.
Outtakes graft, man. Hashtag keeper.
I'm really excited. I think next single, I still think we should go Jack Davenport here in Edinburgh.
Yeah, do you know what
His mixes are great.
Jack Davenport, who done Disposable.
He did a bit of stuff with Disposable.
Yeah.
He produced all the Big Iron stuff and all of our
Yeah.
stuff.
So,
And his stuff's incredible. Like, the work he's done with Big Iron, that mixes are so good. They're so clean.
so if you're watching this,
Big Davenport's watching. Let us know.
if you let us record for free, man, there's a packet of Chris in it for you.
We'll buy you a pizza, buy you some Fritos.
Get a pizza downstairs in the cafe, yeah.
Get you slices to the Fritos, that's what I'll do.
Yeah. Well, I think it's been a really good pleasure to get you guys on this podcast. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you else.
So if you do a wee outro, should we say, well, I'll do what I'll do. So thanks again for listening to What's in the Hats Off Way Down podcast. Episode 72, is it 72 I think?
72.
Like 172.
The one and only Hazel Terrace,
Yes.
all the way from Glasgow.
HT72.
HDX.
HT72, does that mean the short name for it?
That's
Right, go for
So,
it.
I call it.
HTKC.
It's like
THC.
HT72, at HT72 or something.
A G72, so Jack locked in the 72. Jack probably shouldn't be saying that's my postcode.
Yeah.
Don't cover it. Don't cover it.
It might be the postcodes.
Aye.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to get you guys on. So thanks again for listening to What's in the Hats Off Way Down podcast. We'll do some random cracks here. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe to the Hats Off Way Down podcast channel.
Definitely.
Make sure to give that bell notification or
Smash that like button.
Smash it. Fucking
smash it hard.
That's like, but
So you can break the walls down.
I did like get your show just punch it.
Smash the like that, you know.
hit the subscribe and hit the bell as well.
Yeah.
That's what they say in that. No, I don't know YouTube. I had a brief YouTube phase.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe make sure you also subscribe as well the band name. That's something as well. And also, if you want to check out my gaming YouTube channel or live gig stuff, check out CM Headbanger for your gaming stuff and live gig stuff. I don't really do much on that channel, so to be honest, I'm not really putting anything up.
Might as well check it out.
But subscribe to that. But we're nearly on, we're heading up to 300 subscribers, so make sure we'll hit the 300 soon, hopefully. Just keep supporting the channels, the podcast. We'll get to 100 soon, you know. We'll hopefully find something to do for 100 episodes, but probably have to do it soon, probably, because we're not far off it now.
Yeah.
Keep it moving, you know.
That's it, man.
Turnstile. Yeah, a bit of that.
It's just a part of my soul.
Just put that on the podcast, you know. Well, I think that's all that, guys.
Sounds
Yeah, signing off. Signing on. I'll do
I
my
can't
sign
please with
I'll do my goodness of it.
Alright.
We'll do some craps. Signing off. Signing off now.